All right, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight on the teleseminar, Dump the Junk. And if you're here for the I'm feeling perfectly healthy, I have a clean and toxic-free lifestyle, then you're at the wrong teleseminar. You need to call another number. If you are here to learn how to detoxify your body so you can have more energy, feel better, live better, and possibly lose weight, then you're in the right place and you've dialed in at the right time. So let's get ready to dump the junk together. So today we have Dr. Chad Oler, naturopathic doctor of the Natural Path Health Center.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Chad, and I am Sheila Robertson. I'm a nutrition coach and the program director for Optimal Body Balance, which is the weight loss part of the Natural Path Health Center, but we also help people with detoxification along with Dr. Chad. We are going to keep our intros short. I don't know about Dr. Chad, but my favorite topic is me. But we're going to jump right into the heart of the matter today. So you can see our bios and information at our website, naturalpathhealthcenter.com and optimalbodybalance.com. You can see both of our bios at optimalbodybalance.com at the About Us section. So you can find out all of our information there. And again, thanks for joining us. We're excited to share this information on detoxification with you and to give you a specific game plan to get you started.
All right. So let's get going with starting with some of the basics. So we're oftentimes asked, when we bring up the subject of detoxification, why is detoxification so important? And it's important for a number of reasons, but it's no secret that our bodies are subject to more toxins than ever before. I mean, we're quite possibly being subjected to more toxins than we ever have in the history in the world. And our bodies aren't designed to deal with all of those toxins. Most of the time, we unknowingly expose ourselves to toxic substances every day, simply by what we apply to our skin, like different lotions or even sunblocks, things like that. What we breathe in, there's tons of pollution in the air just from car exhaust, fertilizers, pesticides, all that kind of stuff. But most commonly, we get most of the toxins in our body through what we eat and drink. And this can lead to a whole host of symptoms ranging from low energy or aches and pains in your muscles and joints, and weight gain or the inability to lose weight. And it can even manifest in such conditions such as chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia or extreme environmental sensitivities, just to name a few. Therefore, it is vitally important to periodically restore the body's ability to cleanse itself and eliminate those toxins so that they don't accumulate, so they don't start mucking up your metabolic processes and so your body doesn't break down. So a lot of people ask, how do I know if I'm supposed, if I need a detox? So we put together a little quiz and that you just answer yes or no to these following questions. So I'm going to read off just a few questions and just kind of make yourself a tick mark on a piece of paper for every yes answer. So, do you feel tired or have a lack of energy? Do you have sore muscles for no apparent reason, meaning, not after a hard workout or something? Have you recently lost fat but not muscle? And this is pretty typical when people go on crash diets or any kind of really quick weight loss programs, is they typically, have you lost muscle and not fat? When you go on a lot of these crash diets, your body will lose a tremendous amount of weight that is usually water and muscle mass, but you're not losing fat. Do you have difficulty concentrating? Are you easily irritated or feel moody? Do you have trouble sleeping?
No.
What was that, Sheila?
That's me.
Yeah. Do you wake up feeling tired or unrefreshed? Are you trying to lose weight, or have you hit a weight loss plateau? And we're going to hit on that a little bit more in a second here. Do you feel bloated or gain weight easily? Do you have digestive or intestinal discomfort? Do you have frequent headaches? Do you feel like you're not as healthy as you should be or as you could be? Do you commonly experience brain fog, fatigue, or drowsiness? And the last one, do you feel like you need a jump start or just a kick in the pants to kind of get you on a healthy program?
Yeah.
So if you answered yes to 3 or more of those questions, if you have 3 or more little ticks on your sheet, then it's probably time for you to dump the junk.
Dump the junk. And you bring up a good point. A lot of these are you don't feel as good as you should, but sometimes you just need a point where you can refocus and really start with a specific plan to get you on the healthy train. So we are surrounded by toxins. We all have toxic burden due to the environment in which we live, breathe, eat, etc. And it's important to cleanse your system at least 4 times a year, and more often if you're trying to lose fat. And as you lose fat, toxins that were stored in your fat are re-released into your system, and it's best to get them out so you can continue to lose at a steady rate and prevent hitting a weight loss plateau. And Dr. Chad, one of the things that comes up quite frequently with my clients is the question of when and how often. And I was surprised at your answer for that. It is different for everyone, but there are some specific guides to follow. So can you tell us how often?
I certainly can. Yeah, the real answer is obviously that it, like you said, it depends on a number of factors, including 3 big ones. First is the toxic load that's already in somebody's body. If they've been exposed to stuff for a really long period of time, it's much more important that they do detoxifications more regularly. Secondly, it's what they are exposed to on a daily basis. So somebody that works in a chemical manufacturing plant, for instance, or that works maybe on a road crew and they're exposed to the tar and all the chemical exhaust from the vehicles going by, they would want to do detoxifications on a much more frequent basis. And then the third one is that if anybody has any kind of metabolic condition, such as disease or disorder, that may inhibit or block certain detoxification pathways, they'd want to detoxify more often too. Now, there are definitely tests available that we use to determine exactly when and for how long a person should perform a detoxification, as well as what the detoxification program should look like. This is by far the most accurate way to design an individualized detoxification program, and if people are interested in that, they should certainly get in contact with us after the teleseminar. But in lieu of any of that testing, most people would benefit from completing a detoxification protocol every quarter, so every 3 months at a minimum, often corresponding with the change of seasons, particularly if people live in an environment where there is a change of seasons. If there's a definitive spring, summer, fall, winter, usually around the change of season is a good time to do a detoxification. Now, the caveat to that is if weight loss is the major concern, or if somebody is trying to maintain weight loss, then performing a week-long detoxification on a monthly basis would actually be even more beneficial.
Yes, because one aspect when it comes to weight loss specifically is that people think they hit a weight loss plateau, but really it's a toxic overload that prevents them from losing more fat. And first off, I want to talk about a weight loss plateau. Being a weight loss counselor for hundreds and hundreds of people, a lot of people are like, oh, I've hit a plateau after a week or 2. So I want to clarify that a true weight loss plateau comes from doing the right things consistently, eating well, exercising, on the right track, watching calories, and it would be a true plateau if it were after about 6 weeks. So I want to make that point, because sometimes your body takes a little longer to get rid of fat. But a major roadblock to losing more fat is toxic overload. So toxins are stored in your fat cell, and as you lose fat, you re-release these toxins back into your system. And if you lose fat very quickly without eliminating the toxins, your body, specifically the liver and the kidneys, say, hey, I can't keep up. Let's stop losing fat for a while until I can catch up. So that toxic overload will prevent you from losing more fat. And ironically, with many commercial weight loss programs, they encourage foods that are fake and toxic. For example, diet sodas, artificial sweeteners, frozen foods that are heated in plastics, low-fat items that are loaded with dangerous sweeteners and pesticides and herbicides, and the list goes on and on and on. So if you've been doing weight loss kind of in the world we live in and have had support and help in thinking what you're doing is good for weight loss, well, ironically, all those things really leach into your system. And these items increase your toxic burden. So you may lose fat initially, or weight initially, I should say, because a lot of times people lose muscle, but you may lose weight initially, but you've increased your toxic load versus lowering the levels, and the fat will come back unless you do something to help eliminate them.
Yeah, and that's really where detoxification is the most beneficial, and that's also where detoxification can get a bad rap, because a lot of people do it wrong.
Yeah.
So there are many, many ways to promote detoxification in the body, but the key is that you have to provide the body all the nutrients it needs in order so that to avoid any unnecessary adverse symptoms, such as, you always hear about people that have diarrhea or really severe nausea or extreme fatigue where they can't get off the couch. A lot of people refer to these states as a healing crisis or a detoxification crisis. Most people believe that they're going to feel worse before they get better. And who hasn't heard of a friend of a friend of a friend that did a detox off the store shelf where they ended up purging out both ends of their bodies?
Yeah.
I mean,
emergency pooping, I call it.
Yeah, you hear about this stuff all the time. Now, a little common sense would tell you that generally it isn't a good sign that things are going well if things are rushing out both ends of your body. So what it does mean is that you usually haven't given your body what it needs to perform the necessary detoxification processes properly. So and you can think about it this way. Detoxification is an energy-requiring process, which means that it requires a lot of nutrients to be done properly. This puts a tremendous metabolic burden on the body, so it's really, really important that specific nutrients are given to the body because they're needed to facilitate this balanced detoxification. So the programs we're going to outline for you in this teleseminar will provide your body all the nutrients you'll need to achieve that balanced detoxification in a safe, effective, and fast program that won't have you run into the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Right. And I just want to remind people we will do questions at the end of the call. So if you have questions, jot them down, and we'll come back to it.
So, so I don't want to mislead you. It's not to say that you're not going to have any symptoms while going through detoxification. In fact, there are a variety of different responses people experience when going through even a balanced detoxification. As I said before, detoxification is an energy-requiring process, so it's not uncommon for people to feel a little bit more tired or feel that they need a little bit more rest, relaxation, and sleep during a detoxification, which is exactly what we want them to do and what you should do during a detoxification. This is a perfect time to give your body some downtime, and especially if you tend to run yourself pretty hard most days. I mean, when you do a detox, you need to slow down a bit. You may also notice that your appetite is less, and or that your food preferences change somewhat during or after a detoxification. Most people find that they crave less sugar, less salt, and that they actually start finding themselves pulled towards just more simple foods. You don't need as much spice. You don't need as much. It doesn't need to be so complex. You're actually wanting, your body's wanting simpler foods like fruits and vegetables or whole grains or some good bean soup or a good flesh protein, something like that. Now, in addition, you may experience increased bowel movements as your body eliminates unneeded and unnecessary toxins, but you shouldn't feel like you're needing to purge all the time. And you definitely shouldn't feel horrible when you're doing a balanced detoxification. If you do, like if you feel like you're having the flu, for instance, it means that one or more of those nutrients your body needs to properly detoxify is missing. So on the rare occasion that this does occur, further testing can figure out exactly what nutrients are needed to get you the specific nutrients you need so that all of your detoxification needs are being met. Now, that being said, it's also not uncommon for people to feel much, much better while they're doing a detoxification. We routinely have people tell us they feel healthier, they're happier, their mood is better, they feel physically lighter, they feel emotionally lighter, and they have increased energy as they progress through a detoxification. So there's a wide variety of physical symptoms that someone can experience as they're going through a detox. The other thing to keep in mind is that you're a holistic being, which means that what you do physically will impact your emotional and mental states as well. So no matter what your physical symptoms are when you're going through a detox, you may also experience emotional and or psychological cleansing. So, for instance, you may notice when you're going through a detox that old messages about food or health or your body or any number of other subjects come bubbling up to the surface. For instance, many clients have told us that they kept getting a message that they'd starve. They couldn't possibly survive if they didn't have one particular type of food like Diet Coke or chocolate cake or whatever it was, whatever the thing was. They tell us that literally they felt like they would die if they didn't eat it. Now, obviously, that's an emotional response to something. Now, that can really agitate you at first. That would not be uncommon for you to feel pretty uncomfortable when that thought first hits you. But when you're in a detox like that, you want to take it for what it is. This is a great opportunity to let go of messages and self-talk that no longer serve you on your new path to health. So what we usually tell people to do is take a deep breath, try to take a step back from that message and look at it logically. Try to look at it as if someone else is telling you their experience. So in our example, you logically know you're in no danger of starvation if you skip soda for a week or two, right? You're not going to die if you don't have chocolate cake. You may not want to give it up for that period of time, but you're not in physical danger. So use that time to look honestly at yourself and any of those messages that come up so that you can keep those that are in your best interest, that support where you're wanting to go, and let go of those that don't.
And I got to say on that, I've seen a lot of people go through this, and different things come up for different people. For me, I've had very weird dreams on when I do detoxifications, and that just speaks to possibly unresolved things or different aspects of emotion or relationships can carry different level of toxins too. So I've personally had really great responses with the 10-day detox we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to tell you the clients who do this find it really pretty simple, tasty. They have good results, and I often hear people like on day 8 or 9, like, this is easy. I could do it a day or 2 more or 3 more. So, Chad was saying that you start to crave those foods, and it gets easier and easier, and they feel high energy. And at the end, they have slim belly, good digestion. Their complexion looks great, and fat loss is really very good too. So you can see the complete program outlined on my blog. So if you go to optimalbodybalance.com and then you click on the blog toggle and you search for Sheila's Detox, you will find a very long article about detoxification. I put all the information in there of any question that could possibly ever be asked. So it's kind of lengthy. It's also my personal journey, so there's a little bit more information about me than you probably ever need to know. But it's a good outline of how to do the 10-day detox. And when you purchase your 10-day kit, you'll receive a step-by-step procedure to guide you through every step of the way. And the 10-day plan has a booklet that will talk you through your steps of elimination and give you great recipes, tips. It's really simple to do. You eat real food, and you have a great time doing it because you have a really simple plan to help you out during the 10 days. So the 10-day metabolic detoxification program with Metagenics, that's one of the suppliers that we have, and I love this kit. And over the last 2 years, they've really refined it and made it better and better. So the 10-day kit includes Ultra Clear Renew protein powder, so it will be your protein powder for your smoothies, AdvaClear supplement, instruction booklet with recipes, a shaker cup, and a grocery shopping bag. And here's the really great news. The Ultra Clear powder tastes pretty good. It has a good flavor and texture, and it can easily be used with apple juice and ice in a shaker cup, which is really great because if you've done detoxifications in the past, you might know that not all of these products taste good, but this one tastes pretty good.
And that's an understatement.
Yeah. The simple 10-day program is scientifically designed. It includes targeted nutrition, so like Dr. Chad was saying, all the elements that you would need to do a healthy detox are there. A modified elimination diet, but I want to tell you, you eat food. You eat really good food. And if you look at my blog or you look at the booklet that comes, you get to have really yummy vegetarian chili. You get to have really yummy potato dishes, fruits, vegetables. You can have some fishes. You can grill out. So it is good food, and sometimes I feel like I eat even better when I do the detox than everyday life. But there's simple exercise and basic recommendations for stress management. And after 10 days, many people notice improved energy with fewer bothersome symptoms with that too.
So one of the discounts, in fact, the first discount we're going to talk about tonight is that 10-day plan is normally $115. But we're offering a discount for those of you on the call tonight for just $97. And that's going to be while supplies last. The last time we did this, we ran out of kits within a day.
Yeah.
So if you want to get one of those kits, just contact Ann. The numbers are on our website too, but the number is 608-274-7044, and that's the number for the Naturopath Health Center, which again you can find on the OBB website or on the Naturopath Health Center website. And then just mention to Ann the teleseminar detox discount, because that's the biggest discount we run on these tests.
And you'll have to tell her. You'll have to tell her it's for the 10-day plan. You were on the teleseminar phone call, and you'll get the discount.
And again, that number is 608-274-7044.